First, the AI slop machine came for the artists. Then it came for the video editors, and now it's coming for the game developers. Or that's what they want you to believe. In reality, this is nowhere close to a functional product. You see, right now AI's only practical use is convincing tech-literate investors to dump another $1 billion into the millionth ChatGPT wrapper that nobody asked for. It is kind of a shame though. I mean, I went and got a computer science degree because I love exploring innovative tech and video games. And don't get me wrong, some of the code behind these AI projects is legitimately interesting. Which is why it's so unfortunate that all it's really being used for is sucking all the soul out of art and turning into derivative slop. I don't really want to type in hyper-realistic Minecraft with guns, 500-hour epic RPG, and get a game exactly tailored to that. I want to play real games made by real people with real human experiences, flaws and all. Do you really think an AI could make something as strange and uniquely human as the Stanley Parable, or Nier, or Cruelty Squad, or basically anything Kojima has made? Despite this little wrinkle, a company called Descartes is looking to make that AI game cloning machine a reality. Or are they? You see, they recently posted this playable AI game demo, with a heavy emphasis on the playable there. But do they really want to make AI games, or is this just a sly advertisement for something else entirely? I'll get back to that, but first we should see what this whole AI game thing is all about. Starting off, this thing runs entirely in your browser, which is nice, because there's no way I would have bothered to try this if I had to download some exe from a sketchy AI startup. It's more likely that you'd be running a stealth Bitcoin miner than a game in that scenario. Anyways, we start the game by picking one of the 5 biomes listed on the screen. Each one features a short description that looks suspiciously like they were too lazy to write a few sentences and had ChatGPT do it for them instead. Regardless, I chose the village outpost and was greeted with a short dimension warping animation, before being shown something that could only be described as a cropped screenshot of a Minecraft video. Actually, that might be exactly what this is. You see, this AI model was trained on thousands of hours of Minecraft footage, which already seems questionably legal at best. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if the first thing we see is literally just a frame from one of those videos. Either way, the screen quickly updates from a somewhat clear image to a more typical type of AI sludge you might be expecting. I can only assume the YouTube compression is gonna struggle with this mess, but let me assure you that it doesn't look much better on my screen. Everything is blurry, pixelated, wobbly, and melts together when you move around. It's kind of like playing a 144p game through a funhouse mirror with the motion blur turned up way too high. That is, if you can even call this a game. Sure, you can press buttons and things happen, but never really like you'd expect them to. The developers claim it has a grasp on advanced technical concepts like block placement or inventory items or gravity. But I mean, look what happens when I try to do something as simple as breaking a block. There's some particles like you might expect, but it's a real toss-up on if that block will ever actually break, or if it'll just morph into something else entirely, which is kind of a running theme in this game. The world doesn't really exist in any logical sense, it's merely an amalgamation of what you're currently looking at. Don't like the biome you're in? Just stare at a wall or the ground and suddenly you're somewhere else entirely. Yeah, I can press left to make it seem like the screen is moving to the left, but if I press right again, I'll see something completely different. Someone described this game as Dementia Minecraft, and yeah, that's pretty accurate. But don't even get me started on the inventory. It's just a complete mess of unrecognizable UI blobs that don't really do anything when you interact with them. Sometimes you can get a little icon to show up in your action bar, but that's a complete roll of the dice. And the animals are no better, constantly morphing into various eldritch abominations as you move around the world. All while the game is running in this tiny box at roughly 20 frames per second. So it's a Minecraft clone with worse graphics, worse performance, non-functional building, non-functional inventory, non-functional crafting, and barely functional movement. So seriously, who is this game for? Yeah, I know it's a tech demo and all, but is this supposed to make you excited for something? It's barely any different from every other AI image generator that takes in thousands of works from real artists and congeals them into the most generic garbage imaginable. Except that this one sort of looks like Minecraft and you can sort of change the image output by pressing some buttons. This is nowhere near a real game, even though it's trained on thousands of hours of real Minecraft footage. So how would they even begin to create an original game with this method? Are they supposed to just copy thousands of hours from other games with completely disjointed art styles and gameplay mechanics? Not to mention that most big companies would be very quick to take legal action against direct clones like this. But I don't think they actually plan on making legit games, despite what this may lead you to believe. Remember how I said earlier that AI's only purpose right now is convincing investors to dump their money into useless products? Well, the creators of this project make it pretty clear that this is an indirect advertisement for a company called Etched. This company claims to burn transformer architecture onto chips to run AI models faster. In essence, they're selling CPUs with some AI models pre-installed. Now, I can't confirm or deny their claims of this being any faster than running AI models on any old CPU, but let's just assume that it is. Even so, this product is not made to create AI games, and they don't even allude to it anywhere on their site. This Minecraft AI clone is really just an attempt to go viral and draw in the real whales out there. And wouldn't you know it, right there at the top of their site, they're proclaiming they received $120 million in their last round of funding. So to all the future millionaires out there watching this video, why not fund some actual games made by real people instead? Even though games are a notoriously bad investment from a business standpoint, at least you're contributing something cool to the world. I mean, even when we end up with massive commercial failures like Concord, at least the internet gets a good kick out of it for a couple weeks. Not to mention the countless employees who were able to pay their rent and feed their families while they worked on it over the years. On the other hand, nobody really gives a second thought to AI media in all of its forms so far. It really is such a shame that large portions of the internet are being flooded with AI slop lately. I know so many artists, musicians, writers, game developers, and all sorts of creative people that are making awesome stuff every single day. Maybe AI games will be a reality someday, but I'm not going to stop supporting people pouring all their hearts into any creative work. You know, there was a popular tweet earlier this year that summed it up pretty well. I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing. Not for AI to do my art and writing so that I can do my laundry and dishes. So until next time, have a good one, folks.
Thank you.